Alright, today we are going with Royal Oak Lump Charcoal, and I'm doing chicken wings, and I think I want to do cherry wood. Gotta clean your heat diffuser. Now, this is the officially recommended way from Oklahoma Joe himself. But you gotta make sure you use 3/16. Anything bigger will tear right through it. Smaller won't clean it a bit. Get all that chicken fat and grease right off there. This part always seems to take the longest for me. I don't have any patience when it comes to just this first chimney part. Everything else I can take my time and relax, but this part I just feel like there's nothing to do. I've been considering putting one of those tumbleweed things on top of it as well, but I don't think that's actually going to speed it up at all. This is usually the point when I just lose patience and say that's good enough, but I'm going to try real hard to just wait until it's a little bit more ashed over. Alright, good enough. Woo! That's falling through. That's one thing I don't like about lump charcoal. You get a lot of the real tiny pieces and harder to control. They fall through. Come on, get out. Down there. Ah, now we got a second one. Oh my god. Alright, let's see if we can do this without dropping too many. Alright. One thing I like about this half chimney is with this barrel drum, it's a lot easier to get it in there. With the full size, you don't really have much room to work with, and I usually end up having to pull the charcoal pan out. But with this guy, you can actually get down in there just fine. Alright, let's get our diffuser in. I like to put the smoking wood on once it's up to temperature. I know some people put it in right away. I don't. And actually, this is the first time I'll be grilling with this with the grill, or smoking with it with the grill. I've been using just the hanging ones for chicken and stuff lately, but this will be nice to use that. Alright, we're going to close that up. We're going to open these both up all the way. And as it gets closer, I'll start closing this off, and I'm probably going to end up with it around only a quarter open. Going for 225 to 250, and right now we're running at 124. Let's go get the wings ready. Alright, I had these drying out for 3 to 4 hours, I think. It's not an overnight, but I think it will help. Trying to just make the skin a little crispier on such a low temperature. Let's go get them oiled up, seasoned up, and we'll be out to the smoker again shortly. Alright, I'm going to put a good amount on here. I know everyone talks about how their seasoning is the best, but mine actually is. Yeah, what do you think about that? Nah, I'm not here to shill any seasonings. Use whatever you like. After all, you're making the chicken wings for yourself, not for me. And I am being lazy and using a spray can of oil, which is something I rarely do, but I'm doing this on my lunch break, so I'm in a bit of a hurry. Probably more than I should have done, especially since I plan on putting some barbecue sauce on half and buffalo on the other half afterwards, but I think it'll be okay. Let's get outside. Alright, we're running at about 214. We are going to cut that back to about half. Honestly, I did not expect it to heat up that fast. I was only inside for a minute or two. We may need to cut it all the way back down to a quarter, but I'll probably do that once it reaches 225 and watch it kind of come up from there. Once it reaches 225, I'm going to open her up, get the wood on, and then we'll get the chicken on. If there is one thing I am absolutely shit at, it is temperature probing chicken wings. And there's definitely more than one thing I'm shit at, but this is not something I'm going to rely on at all. It's more just a general guide, and we will see how that goes. I'll probably just check the temperatures manually throughout the time, but it's chicken wings. You can just more or less do it off time alone. I just want to make sure they don't get too overcooked in there. So let's see where we're at. We're at 221, just about there. 225, let's get this going. One thing I wish is that this heat diffuser had a way of hanging from there as well, like the grill, but it does not. Alright, we're going to put our cherry wood in here. Get our diffuser back on. Get our grill back on. Temperature's going to be artificially a little lower there, and we're going to start placing these guys on here. Not making a lot because this is basically just lunch for me and my wife. Alright, let's let that temperature kind of register properly on here, and then I will either close this down off to a quarter or maybe keep it at half, although I doubt it. Half usually gets me 250 to 275, and I'm going for 225 to 250 this time. This might take a bit. We're now up to 180, and that internal probe on the chicken wing was running at about 46, I think, when they were sitting out here, and 45 seconds in now it's saying 55, so I don't know. It might be registering some of the outside temperature because it's such a long probe, and the chicken wings are so small you only got a little bit in there, and I think it's averaging the temperatures across the whole thing, so I don't know. We'll see. If it starts skyrocketing up higher than I know is possible at this temperature, then I'll probably just take it out or at least ignore it. But if I could get it to give me an accurate reading, that would be really nice. I never seem to be able to get an accurate reading on chicken wings. Alright, 187. Yep, we got a bit to go. Yeah, so as you can see here, after only 10 minutes, it went from 46 to 54 up to 111. So that temperature probe is definitely averaging the temperature across the whole thing, and I just don't know how to get it in chicken wings to where it's going to get an accurate reading. So I usually don't even bother using them on chicken wings, but I thought I'd give it one more shot. At 225, we're going to close this off down to about a quarter. Sorry, my hands are even more limited now due to factors. Someone who had to be held. And we're going to try it. I'm going to try leaving that open and just watch the temperature. I'll close it off if I need to, but hopefully it stays between 225 and 250. We will find out here shortly. It has been in there for, 11 minutes or so. So we'll check back on it half an hour from now or so. Yep, and it's already reached 250. So I don't know why I even tried this. I didn't think it was going to work at all. We're gonna close that off to about 1.5. It's climbing too high. I mean, it's been maybe 20 minutes, only 10 minutes since it reached the 225. So in 10 minutes, it shot up another 25 degrees there with that wide open. So we're gonna close this off and do it how I normally do it for now. It's been 40 minutes and we're hovering nicely at around 237. Let's flip these things over. And we may as well take this thing out because this thing's horribly off anyway. Huh. Are we out of smoke? Did I put those too much on the coals? I think we might need to add a few more chunks of wood in there. A little bit more off to the side this time. Let me go get a few. Alright, there is no way for me to do this with one hand, so you're going to get a really crappy angle with my phone sitting on a sweater while I do this. Okay, so we're gonna let that climb back up. We're at 174 now, and probably open this up a little bit more while we do that, and put a little bit more wood in there because I put the other ones way too directly in the center of the coals and they just burnt right through. So we got them a little better placed this time, and we're gonna let it run for another, I don't know, half hour, 40 minutes, and we'll check it then. Apparently the battery, so my Inkbird just died. Great timing. So I got to charge this for a little bit and run it back out there. Alright, so these are basically done at this point. And I'm going to turn this up here to get them a little crispier. Let's see if I can finagle this glove on while holding the camera. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually keep them face down. We're going to open this wide up and see if we can get that temperature high up and get the skin a little crispier. Alright, as I'm completely unprepared for this, my phone is at 1% and I fully expect this to cut off. But let's take a look at those. See, that looks nice and crispier. Not a big, not that crispy, but can't really cook them too much more, to be honest, so I'm going to accept it. Woo! Hey, so as I expected, the battery did die. I should get something like a real camera at some point, but for now, that's all I have. But the chicken wings came out. Threw some buffalo sauce on them and they were great. You'll just have to take my word for it. Yeah, I wish if I even had my phone on at all, I could have at least taken a photo, but I did not, and I ate all of them. But I'm going to be probably making another batch here soon, and I'll try and get a better setup on it and kind of do like a revisited video on it. For now, that's about it, though. There you go.